Good morning. Another Monday. Oh my God. Trepidation or excitement. How about just sleepy? I was watching Hannah Gadsby on Netflix last night. Absolutely hilarious, absolutely insightful, so deep. And she was saying that people wanted her to identify as transgender when she's not. And she said, You know who I want to identify as? I want to identify as tired. That is not the purpose for today's Monday liftoff, however. Excuse me. I had a thought yesterday. It wasn't even my own thought, not my usual plotting thought, okay? So I was doing something that I do called wisdom writing. And it's basically where you listen for an answer to the question that you've asked, and then you start having a conversation. It's a little trippy, which is why I like it. I'm kind of a trippy person as well as being grounded. So it's weird. It's a weird, wonderful combination. Anyway, I'm doing this wisdom writing. And what I realized, good morning. I don't see your name, Facebook user. So I'll just say good morning. um, so here's the deal. I'm sitting there and I'm doing this writing about, oh my God, I'm working so hard on my business. And the answer that came back was, why are you working so hard on your business? I'm like, what the hell do you mean? Why am I working so hard? I mean, I have to provide for myself. And the answer was, well, if you had to work really hard for an outcome that's uncertain, would you work as hard? And I'm like, interesting question. What came out of this conversation was the suggestion was, why don't you play? You've got your whole calendar to yourself today. Why don't you play your way forward? Hey, Audrey, thank you. Thanks for putting in your name, girl. So it was like, why don't you just play your way forward? Why don't you investigate your way forward? Why don't you create your way forward? And I was like, well, huh? So it gave me the idea, what if being courageous actually cuts off some of our forward movement? What if the two speeds on the courage car that I can determine shut off possibilities? So here are the two different speeds that I see. We either become, and this is my version. Hey, Tizzy. Hi, honey. We either become pedal to the metal. Sorry, morning throat. We either become the pedal to the metal person where we just don't stop. We grind ourselves into the dirt. That would be me. That's me. Or we become the one who looks at the road ahead, goes, oh, dear heaven, this is like way too hard. This is way too long. I don't know. I don't have a map. So I'm just going to take a nap. I'm going to not be so pushy. I'm going to let things come and we'll just see what happens. So we've got these two directions, and each of them are equally useless. Why? Because what we have forgotten to do, and we've forgotten it forever, is the in breath and the out breath. I'm not talking literally, although that's included. But what I mean is, regardless of whichever type you are, you need to incorporate the other type into the fullness of who you are. So if you are the kind of person who's going, I'm working so hard, stop it. Stop. Oh, stop. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I have worked 14, 16-hour days on my own business in the past because I thought if I just worked harder and faster, I would get there in half the time. And I found out that that is not the truth for me. It doesn't work. What works for you is the important thing in that sentence. But we're talking about balance. If you are the one who sat down and went, oh, holy God, this road looks so long. I don't have a map. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just not going to plan. I'm just not going to like try to move forward. Then you need to incorporate the other half in. So let's think about balance this week. Let's think about, how can I go breathe in and breathe out? You needed to hear this. That's great. Yeah. And why do we need to stop? Is it just because now we're going to be really good at following that rule? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ask yourself, and if you have any ideas, post it in here for me. What is it that stopping gives you if you are a pedal to the metal person? What is it that moving forward gives you if you are a nap person? What does it give you? Now, I can tell you what the slowing down part gives me. It gives me the opportunity to see things in a different way. It gives me an opportunity to stop my mind from going so that inspiration can come in. What a concept. Inspiration can come in. Because honestly, do you think I love using Steve Jobs for this description. Do you think Steve Jobs sat down and said, "Hmm, I think I want to come up with an idea for an iPhone." He didn't know what was going to come in. He didn't know what inspiration was going to happen. He had to make room for that in some way. We have to do the same thing. We have got to allow that happy accident. This can also be done by just doing things willy-nilly without planning for how you're going to do them. Just throw spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Now, I also hear in my head, "Are you an idiot?" But I don't care anymore, because what's more important to me is, am I moving forward? Am I creating? Am I being all that I am? Am I enjoying the process of becoming and becoming and becoming more and more and more of who I am? Okay, so that brings me to my second question, which is reversed. That's okay. So, do you have a goal right now? Do you have a goal right now? Like, oh, I want to become a bricklayer. Oh, I want to be a fan dancer. Like whatever it is. Do you have a goal? What is the nature of that goal? What's the nature of that goal? Is it something you want to do, or is it some kind of person you want to be? Let's keep those apart for a minute, all right? I have for many years wanted to be a successful working actress. And I remember when the idea came, oh my God, I've just been introduced to these two women who created their own show. I don't have to wait for Hollywood. Like, I don't have to wait for the higher ups, for the powers that be, so to speak, to come and get me. I can create my own path forward. So the first one, I want to be a successful working actress. And I was thinking, it's Hollywood. I've got to somehow catch the eye of George Clooney or whoever. That was a what I want to do goal. That's what I want to do. But the question is, when you have your what I want to do goal, who do you have to be to reach that goal? Who do you have to be? All of this, to my ears, sounds like stuff I have to do. I have to go out. I have to make this happen. So it feels like more doing. What if it's not? What if in the what I want to do, I leave my mind open to possibilities? What if I leave my mind open and I go, I wonder if that could come in the most unexpected moment ever? And I can even start to make up stories in my head, having fun to move forward, letting inspiration do its thing, right? The other thing is, if I know who I need to be to do this thing, I can start being that now. If I am a messy person, I can start being who this other person would be. If I see her as somebody who's got it all together and she's got this gorgeous home and she wants to keep it nice all the time, and she's this person I want to be. So I can start to be that person right now. I just have to let myself not have the courage of ramming forward, right? I have to have the courage to let myself be. So that's a different kind of courage. It's an internal thing where you go, You know what? I'm going to dare to stop. Holy crap. What? I can't stop. I got things to do. I got places to be. I got people to take care. Stop. That's courage. The courage to not be courageous. Kind of mind bending. I know. I know. But I wanted to present that to you this morning because it is definitely going to make a difference in this day for me. I'm I'm going to have fun and not demand that this be the way that it's supposed to be. I'm going to do some fun things today and I'm going to meet my obligations as well. In breath and out breath. So I invite you to think about that, to let it just sort of roll around in your brain as you go through your day and let yourself see what comes up for you. What other ideas would happen for you for how you can be or do your way to your goal? You know I love you. Wish you moxie. Bye now.